board with the ball completely empty and a perfect top left bang.
40 seconds on the clock. 2 goals. It's not as nice of a lead as they had during the last game, but it's certainly a decent enough one for Protractors. They're looking to seal it out. 40 seconds. Can they turn it into 3 is kind of the big question. Blunder's got a counterattack. 1v2, though. I mean, it's such a tough situation to actually be in. You're taking 50-50 after 50-50. You just can't expect to win every single one of them. That's just Beastern against the world. Great challenge by Igroto. Leaves the goal wide open for the victory lap. A little bit of style points as well for a third.
Yeah, light work. Beast could not be able to control it, but that's mainly Igroto. I mean, being on the front line of a whole lot of the opportunities over in the midfield side, he's been the one that's been the most proactive in a sense outside of Espeon in terms of striking. But Igroto being such a midfield terror, as most of these players, they can't exactly get their own opportunities forward. Igroto actually goes for it again. He was about to shut down yet another counterattack at the very root of it, but with just about 10 seconds left, Espeon trying to knock it forward. Oh my. Oh my god, he's breaking ankles, busting tires, all the sort. 3-0 scoreline, and it might just remain that unless we could see some sort of buzzer beater miracle, but it's not going to happen. The Protractors, yet another light and easy game, but the first 2 minutes provided quite a bit of action.
They yoink away a game number 2, and it feels fitting for Protractors. For them at this point in the season, it's just about putting wins up on the board, right? You've got real challengers, you've got Ninja Cat still in there, you've got the Google teams all looking to really go at your throat every single time. So when you've got a team like CG Stonks, you need to make sure you're consistently winning these matches. You're looking for a 3-0 because you want that Division 1 spot. You want that playoff spot to be in a good seeding. That way you can get as far as you can without actually having to face some of those tough teams. And right now, Protractors are riding it out. Stonks, they've got some opportunities. The counterattacks do look solid. Blender's playing out of his mind. Crossbar's doing well. Beastern's doing a good job of recovering those balls in the back half. And That's Not Glue has been, I would say, the only one of these 3 that we've seen really finding ideas out of the back half. Yes, Blender is making challenges and taking solo dribbles up the line, but when it comes to team play out of the back half, That's Not Glue Blow is really trying to make those opportunities happen, but we're not seeing it supported.
Yeah, it's very difficult because I mentioned the very individualistic styling of the Protractors, but it also comes down to the CG Stonks team really just throwing bodies at the ball and just trying to get that away. It's starting to become more of a desperation effort rather than an organized effort. It's not exactly controlled chaos either, as it's starting to get crazy. It really is. And the Protractors, they're the ones dictating the tempo, they're the ones dictating the pace, and they're having a whole lot of fun doing so at the moment. We're seeing yet another substitution at this point. Igroto has actually subbed out for none other than Mash.
Here for it, team captain gets back into the mix for Protractors. Even gets to lob a shot from half. And attack by Blender, 1v1. Ooh. No shot of the pinch for that one. Beastern can create some pressure here. If they can get this crossing, they're feeling good. But a great bit of aerial maneuvering from Mash. Gets him to the ball first.
Espeon.
Oh, that's a dangerous redirect, but it's not to be had. Back into the corner, and this is where the pressure really starts mounting. Oh, what a shot by Espeon. Great back post placement.
Yeah, sees the net, and I mean, honestly, mid-rotation, you have to go complete opposite. Yeah, that's not glue, bro. He had to turn himself around as to try to get at least ready into the net. But by the time he was even in that action, in that whole form, that ball was already going into the opposite side of the net. Well done. Well timed by Espeon. And we've seen a lot of off-angle goals this season, but that one's just as fundamental as you can get.
It is much quicker than the goals we've seen in games past, games prior, where CG was managing to hold on by the skin of their teeth. But it feels like the floodgates have opened. Mash is really the key for this team. Now, more pressure mounting. Blender, good redirect. Espeon's back there, though. The defensive rotations are still strong. This is what I was talking about, though, with the Protractors. Is even in games where they know they can win these, they've got a real stranglehold over the game. They're not taking anything for granted. They're keeping a player back. They're not just going for mass amounts of goals like we'd see from somebody like the Ninja Cats. They're playing safe. They're playing solid Rocket League. It's what we want to see from them.
Oh, absolutely. It's, again, like I mentioned before, it's very fundamental. There's nothing exactly for them to worry about in terms of, you know, hard tactic or team play. It comes down to that kind of play in Rocket League where you face up against a certain type of player and you don't exactly have to worry about communication all too much. You can almost auto sense, but you still have to feel that pain. You almost have to feel that rush, where you're still seeing that rotation being very safe. They're maintaining a 2-1 formation between the attacking line and the defending line. And I mean, you still have the contingency plans for the Protractors. They are making it look easy on their attacking side, but the CG Stonks side, they're just not getting that ball away from their own side. They're having such a difficult time in actually developing the counterattacks, where the Protractors, again, just their singular anchor on their defensive side is doing it all and just evading all these balls. But a good change for the CG Stonks side, though, a little bit of cheese would help too. Try getting a demo in the back line, almost huge for their squad. But now the single man anchor in the back, Cypher Complex, somehow needs to take this ball away. That's not Glubro, actually helps out. Espeon is here on the rotation back. B's trying to win out the 1v1, but it's actually Espeon to get a body on. But Blender now 1v3, Mash sends it forward. Good rotation from That's Not Glubro. An actual attack from the CG Stonks. They're maintaining midfield possession, but still nothing from it, as the ball is cleared out once again for yet another counterattack from the Protractors.
Oh, it's a nice little double touch by Blender. Unfortunately, style points don't equal game points, Gus. As much as I wish we could award them. Oh man, next CEA season, that's the big change. Casters get to award style points. Imagine. Rocket
down.
League economy in shambles, bro.
No. Honestly, I mean, we're already talking about Stonks in general this game. Holy. I think we would break it in general, kind of like GameStop, but holy. In we go again, folks. It is actually Facebook on yet another attack. The Protractors on the front line trying to break apart that defense, and they're doing it bit by bit. One player after another getting broken from that rotation, actually getting bumped away. And again, that individual type style, not exactly a bad idea. You still have more or less an insurance policy that at least one player is going to be in the nets. But with That's Not Glubro knocking it into very neutral territory, Espeon needed a little bit more power in that shot, and that may have gone in. But with just about a minute left, only one goal separating the two teams. Espeon trying to go for a little bit of freestyle. But what a pass! He turns that opportunity into a little bit of an assist, but it doesn't exactly go in. Good attempt, but now Cypher Complex, he's the one on the front line trying to fight up Blender. Blender sends it forward. Mash with a good clear out. B's getting cleared out by Cypher, but he still survives it. Trying to knock it forward. Indeed he does. Might hit backboard. Espeon trying to help. One player in the wing. It's none other than Blender, but Espeon with a double tap, knocking two players out of position. That's Not Glubro with yet another one. No opportunities being given to the CG Stonks side with just about 30 seconds left.
They're going to need at least one here. And you're looking at one player right now. It's Blender, but he needs all the help he can get from the team to get this ball out. Beastern, they're trying to build a half. The save's missed. No. Espeon. Oh, boy. That's Not Glubro just in time. Ball's out to Blender. Ties in the air for it. Open net, and right now with 14 seconds, they've got to commit everything to this. You're absolutely right. There's nothing in the tank. It has to be one player. We saw Blender just now pick up boost, but has to use it to cross the field for the most part. Can't keep the ball off the ground. Mash lays it up into the back corner, and there's nothing to be had but a victory for Protractors. 3-0, they come and take what was rightfully theirs.
Yeah, the lightest victory that we're probably going to see all season, but it's not exactly because one team is, well, I guess you could say significantly better than the other. The CG Stonk side, they still have a lot of talent, and we saw that actually being developed throughout the game. Congratulations, at least, to the Protractors for taking what was, though, a very light, easy dub. A couple of goals here and there that really just knocked their opponents out of position. But again, I'm just trying to give reason to the CG Stonk side because I could still see their glimpses of improvement, and especially coming in from Blender, he wasn't exactly able to really develop or I guess you could say really get his own opportunities on nets, which is a little bit unfortunate for the CG Stonk side, but because of how overwhelming that attack really was, the rotation getting broken almost every other play, the Protractors had a fun time, and potentially we could see the CG Stonk side actually come out to play a little bit later on in the season. But for now, Facebook, they definitely have a little bit of gold on their hands with this lineup.
Oh, yeah. They're looking strong. I think it's what we expected out of this game. I think both these teams have a long way to go until the end of the season, though. I think CG Stonks has some real potential if they can start putting those combination pieces a little bit more together. Facebook's Facebook. We know exactly what they can do. They'll be looking fine. You know what else looks fine, though, Gus? Another game of Rocket League. We've got one more after this. It's Samsara Connected Drivers versus Capital One for All coming up after the break. You guys won't want to miss it.